welcome you all to the 8th session of Code Crunchers. Today, first, we'll revise what we did yesterday, and I hope that I'm clearly audible to you all. To inform the chat box the same. Okay. So, yesterday we did about loops. I told you there are two types of loops: entry control loops and exit control loops. I told you we'll be doing entry control loops, that is for and while. Yesterday we did a little bit of for loop. Today we'll continue with it. Before that, I'll explain you one more thing. Okay. So yesterday we did these questions. I explained about the two types of loops to you. We did this question in which we predicted numbers from 1 to 10. Now here I want to emphasize on a point that over here the increment statement which we are using, increment as in the statement which is used to increase the value of the variable used in the for loop, this statement x plus plus, it means the same as x is equals to x plus 1. It is the same thing, but because there is an increment of 1, we can also write, whenever there is an increment of 1 in a variable, we can write it as the variable succeeded by two addition symbols, x plus plus. And we can also write it as x is equal to x plus 1 over here. I wanted to emphasize on this point because I wanted to make you understand that over here you can specify the increment. That is, for example, if you want to increase the value by 2, you can write x is equal to x plus 2. So that the value will be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And if you want to increase the value by 3, so you can write x is equal to x plus 3 as the increment statement. So is it clear? Because now I'm going to give you a similar question. Kindly inform in the chat box. Okay. So now here's the question. Write a program to print all even numbers up to 20. You have to print from 2 to 20. As soon as you complete the program, you are requested to raise your hand. Okay, you send the program, and in your program there is a mistake. I asked you to print all the even numbers from 2 to 20, and you have printed all of the numbers from 2 up till 20. You have printed 3, you have printed 5 as well in your program. I'll give you one more minute. If you can, then make the correction and send it to me once again. Okay. So yes, I said that if you can make the correction in your program, then you're required to make the correction by yourself and send me the corrected version of your program. Because in your program, you have printed all of the numbers from 2 till 20. You have not printed the even numbers. Am I clear? Now, I'm giving you time till 10:43. If you can, then send the corrected version of the for loop in the chat box. Yeah, now it's correct. See over here. This program is correct. Yeah. After the for loop, you might have noticed that there are two brackets for the system.out.println. Now, if there is only one line of code that is to be repeated over and over again, over here as in only the print statement is to be repeated. So we can omit the bracket after for. It is at our discretion, but just to reduce a bracket, we can omit the bracket of for just only and only if the statement or the code to be repeated over and over again is just a single statement, as it is here. Only the print statement we are doing. But if there is a whole part of code like 2 lines or 3 lines, then we have to, it is obligatory to enclose in brackets. But if there is one line, then it is optional. Okay, I'll explain this program real quick. So over here we declared a variable x, we've used a variable x. Then we have given an initial value of 2 to x, and we have given the final value that x should always be less than or equal to 20. If the value of x will increase from 20, then the for loop will terminate. And then we have given the increment value that x will always increase by 2, that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and so on and so forth. And then we have printed the value. In the print statement, we have written the variable x so that every time the value of x changes, it gets printed. So for the first time when the value is 2, the whole loop executes once, 2 gets printed. The second time the value is 4, the whole loop executes once again, 4 is printed in the next line. So I hope it's clear. And that's why we are using println, because over here println helps to print the output in different lines. Is it clear to the other candidates as well? Okay. No, the output over here will be 2 and the next line 4, then 6, then 8 up till 20. We'll run this program also. Just wait. Okay. First we'll just quickly run this program. Class even, and here's the output. See 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 up to 20. Clear? Okay. Now one more question. See, in the print statement, you can also print the messages as well. As you know, you've been doing since last week, and that message will get repeated. And between the message, you can use the variable name. You can divide the message in 2 parts, 3 parts, and between each part you can use a variable. So here's the question. Write a program to print the table of 3. Use operators and so in this program we have to multiply. What you can do is you can store, in for loop you can store numbers, you can initialize it up till 10 maybe, and then you can multiply each of the variable. Every time the value of the variable changes, you can multiply it by 3 and you can print the output. You've got 5 minutes for this program, and then I'll share the whiteboard and we'll see. And in case you complete it, you're required to raise your hand as soon as it is completed. So is there any one of you who's completed the program? If you have any query regarding the program, you may ask, or now I'll unmute any one of you and you have to tell the program up till the for loop, because over here the logic might be new for you. Okay, you have completed. Yeah, you made this program, and this program you used string args method. Was this program completely made by you? Did you yourself the all of the coding for this program? Hamza, are you there? Okay, so I guess Hamza is back. Yeah, in this program you used 2 concepts which have not been introduced to you. So I was just wondering, means did you make this whole program by yourself or you took some help? Anyways, see, when you try to make a program by yourself, it is more helpful and it helps you to get familiar with the concepts, and henceforth it is recommended to make the program yourself, try it yourself. Okay, so over here we can, if you want to print the message like this, like 3 into 2 equals 6, we want to print the table in this form, then what we can do is we can take a variable and t is equal to 3. Then in the statement which I've written, you can see that first I have used the value of the variable. So I'm writing t, and then I am using the addition symbol for the message, that is the multiplication symbol of mathematics. So double inverted quotes, capital X, double inverted quotes close, and then after that, as you can see, we are using the value which we have been storing in the for loop, like 3 into 1, 3 into 2, then 3, 4, 5. So where we'll be using that same x which we used in the for loop, then again addition symbol, then we'll be using the equal to symbol. We are just dividing the message or breaking the message in parts and introducing the variables in between the message. And then after that, we'll write the addition symbol once again. And over here, we'll multiply t with the value of x at that instant. And this will print the message as 3 into 1 is equal to 3, 3 into 2 is equal to 6, 3 into 3 is equal to 9. So is it clear to you all? Because this type of questions, we have not done such a question up till now. That's why I wanted you to do it yourself. And now, if it is understood, kindly inform me. Okay, so now we'll be running this program on experiments. Okay, so I'll explain the program now on Bluetooth because I have to run the program. Yeah, so we've got few minutes. We'll just run the program, then we'll end the class for the break. Or what we can do, we'll run the program after the break. I'll just explain it now. See over here, we have stored the value of the number whose table we want to print. So in a variable t, like int t is equal to 3. And then we have used the variable for the for loop, declared the variable from 1 to 10 because we have to print the table from 3 into 1s up to 3 into 10s. And then the print statement. This statement seems a little bit complex, but if you try to understand it, it will be very much easy. X has been taken just as you took I. In the for loop, you have taken X for storing the values for up to from 1 till 10 to multiply 3 into 1, 3 into 2, 3 into 3, 3 into 4 up to 10. That's why I've taken the X variable for the for loop. And now in the print statement, first we have used T. T was the variable, so here it will get printed as 3, like here. And then we have used in the double inverted quotes the X or the cross for multiplication. It will get printed as it is. And then we have used the variable once again. This value will continue to change. Like in the first instance, the value will be 1, then 2, and then 3, and then 4, and as it is, as it goes on and goes forth. And then we have used the equal to symbol, the double inverted quotes for it to get printed. And then we have multiplied t with x. So when the value will be 1, it will get printed, answer will be 3. When the value will be 2, the answer will be 6. Is it clear now? Kindly inform in the chat box the candidate who had the query. Okay. No, we have taken the number as a small x, and over here in the double inverted quotes we have printed in the capital X. And even if I would have taken the small x the same as I took the variable, but as I've enclosed it in double inverted quotes, it will get printed just as it is. No, the value will not be printed if the variable name is enclosed in double inverted quotes. Clear? Okay. So if you have any further query, we'll come to it after the break. Now it's time for the break, and you're requested to join by. Now this query I'll clear after the break. You're requested to join by 11:15 latest. Okay. Now you may leave the session. Okay, so welcome back. Yeah. Now you had a query regarding the program we just did. I'll just reshare the screen. Or this time I'll share it on BlueJ. The program was here to print the table of 3. As here to print the table of 3, we have stored the value of 3 in a variable t, and we've used x for the for loop for x equals 1, x less than equal 10, x is equal to x plus 1. As you know, it is about the increment. So now system.out.println. First we use the variable for the number, and we're using the multiplication symbol of mathematics. So this was the program we made. See in this program, all that you're seeing in green, the message only, it's gonna get printed as it is. So we'll get the output as 3, or I'll write it over here. 3 into 1 equals 3, and then 3 into 2 equals 6 in a similar pattern. So just to get the output like this, I have used the combination of variables and message over here. We can multiply the value in the print statement itself, as I have done over here, t into x. The answer gets printed over here. Only the number which we are multiplying is going to print over here, and the number which the table we are going to print is going to be print with on the value of t. So now we'll compile this class. Yeah. So now it will get printed the whole table. You can see over here. This is the output from 3 into 1. Just to get this format, we use this combination of messages and variables. Is it clear now? From 3 into 1 up to 3 into 10. Yeah, what is saying? This x, this is used for the multiplication symbol in mathematics as we use. Yeah, I've just printed it over here. It is used as the multiplication sign. So is it clear now? Okay. Now we'll be moving on to our while loop. I hope there's no more doubt or query related to for loop, because these are the types of programs we'll be doing up till now, and in the coming days we may do more complicated type of programs. You write it like this, but yeah, if that this capital X for the cross symbol and the equal to, it will be in double inverted quotes because they are not variables. And because they'll be in double inverted quotes, they'll get printed as a message, and the variables, the value of that will get printed. Yeah, you add it out. You can type in the chat box. Okay. The query you have, you can type it in the chat box. We'll get it cleared so that we may move on to our while loop. X is defined variable. No, there should not be an error. See, Hamza, the variable we used in the for loop, it is small x. It is what we are saying in lowercase x, and the variable we are using in the x we are using in the message is an uppercase x. And because Java is a case sensitive language, these two are not equal. And even if I would have used the lowercase x like this, then also the program would have run completely okay, because if we are using the name of the variable in double inverted quotes, then only the name of the variable will get printed as it is. The value only gets printed if the variable is written without inverted quotes in the print statement. Anything that is written in double inverted quotes within the print statement, it gets printed as it is. If you're writing the name of the variable will get printed. For you to get the value printed, you have to remove the double inverted quotes from the variable. So I hope it's clear now. Now we'll move on to our while loop. I request response from all of the candidates if the topic for loop is clear, and if you have any query, you may again ask. Okay. So now it's while loop. See, while loop is also similar to our for loop. The only thing is that in while loop, we write the initial value before the loop. We write the test condition within the while statement, and the increment is written after the print statement. The increment as in which we are using as x is equal to x plus 1 or x plus plus, that statement is used after the print statement. The only difference is this. So we'll be using, we'll be making a program with this. It's just similar. The only difference is that, yeah, the initial value we write beforehand, and our increment statement we write after we use the print statement. So we'll take one of the programs which we used. Yeah, this program we'll take. We used this program and we completed the coding with for loop. And now we'll be making the same program with our while loop. The program you can see class loop with while. Okay. So class loop. And for reference, I'm keeping the for loop class besides. Okay. So public static void main So over here, I'm going to print numbers from 1 till 10. So I'm taking a variable x. Now the only difference is that in for loop, I declared the initial value of x within the brackets of for loop. But over here, just as I'm using the variable, I'll be giving it an initial value. So int x is equal to 1 in while loop, and then I'll write while with a small w. And over here, I'll only write the condition, that is only the middle part of the for loop. The middle part of the for loop is only to be written within the while bracket. The first part is to be written before while, and the last part is to be written at the end of the code block of while. So while I'll write while x is less than or equal to 10, that is the program or the code, the part of code within the while loop. It will run until and unless the value of x is either less than 10 or equal to 10. As soon as it increases 10, the loop will terminate. And then I'll open the bracket, then system dot out dot println, and I'll just use the variable. And after the print statement, I'll write x plus plus and semicolon. And here I am closing the brackets, and this program is complete. Instead of x plus plus, I can write x is equal to x plus 1, or for if I want even numbers, x is equal to x plus 2. And it is totally at my discretion. The only difference is that in for loop, now we are doing another comparative study. Just once more. In for loop, we write the initial value, the test condition, and the increment statement all within the brackets of for loop. Whereas in while loop, as soon as we declare the variable, we give it an initial value, even before using the while statement. In the while loop, we use the middle statement of for loop, that is only the test condition, x is equal to x is less than equal to 10. And the increment statement is written at the end of the code of while loop, that is after the print statement. So after the print statement, I wrote the increment statement. So this program will print the same output which was printed by this program. In this program, you can see that it printed from 1 till 10, and here also it will print from 1 up till 10 because I have to use the increment statement. So I hope it's clear now. Till tomorrow before break, we'll do programs with increment statement, and tomorrow after the break, I'll introduce you to programs with the decrement statement. That is, the value will decrease from, like we are running the program, the loop backwards from 10 to 1, from 20 to 2. This thing we'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, now this thing we'll do tomorrow. And is the syntax of while loop clear? The difference, the main difference between for loop and while loop, because now the question can be framed. Yeah, see, int x I've written, so x is x, the variable x is declared as an integer. And yeah, now the questions can be framed as, I can send you a program made by the for loop, made by using the for loop, and I can ask you to change it into while loop. Or I can send the program made by while loop, and I can ask you to change it into for loop. So there are only 3 main steps. First, you'll declare the value over here itself. You'll remove this statement. After while, only this statement will be written, the test condition, and the increment statement will move towards the end of the code, that is after the print statement, and the loop will get converted from for to while. So I hope it is clear to all of the candidates. They may inform, then I'll give you a question based on it. And if you have any query, you can ask. Okay. Hope it's clear to all of the candidates. And now here's the question. And now I request all of you to try making this program. It's the same that we did before the break, but we did it with for loop. Now you're going to do it the same program with while loop. Write a program to print all even numbers from 2 till 20 using while loop. So over here, just as we did with for loop, you had printed the even numbers from 2 up till 20. Now you will do the same program, but with while loop. Here's the question. Write a program to print all even numbers from 2 till 20 using while loop. So you've got 4 minutes for this question. And as soon as you complete it, you are requested to raise your hands. And I request all of the candidates to make this program, and then they will send it to me personally in the chat box. Okay, we'll wait for the other candidates, then we'll discuss. Okay, so it's 4 minutes, and yeah, two of the candidates sent me the program, and one only sent me the difference, the other sent the whole program, and yeah, it's totally correct. I'll make the edit to this program itself. We'll just declare x with the initial value of 2. The final value or the test condition will be up till 20. That is, the loop will continue to run until and unless the value of x is more than 20. It will continue to run till the value of x is less than or equal to 20. And over here, we'll write it as x is equals to x plus 2. And that is maybe at the end of next week, I'll tell you about shorthand operators. And then this statement which we are using, it will get shortened for you. But up till next week, you are required to make this program as it is. And yeah, this program will completely run from 2 up till 20. So I hope it is clear to the candidates. Now I'll be making a program over here, and you are required to convert it into for loop. Yeah, after print statement, it will print 2, 4, 6, 8 up till 20. Because initially, when it will reach the print statement for the first time, the value of x will be 2. And after printing, the value will get increased because the code runs line by line. So after printing the value once, the value will get increased from 2 to 4, and then it will print 4, and then the value will again increase, then it will print 6, and so on and so forth until the value increases from 20 and the loop terminates. Okay, so now I'm making a program. Class Y. This might be the last program of this session. So int x equals 2, y x is less than 30, x is equal to x plus 3. So here's the program, and you're required to make it with for loop. You've got 2 minutes for this program. Simple, just for your practice. As soon as you complete it or you get the logic, you're required to raise your hand. 1 more minute. Okay. And one of the candidates has sent me his answer, and we'll be using that. See, this program I created by using the while loop, and you had to convert it into for loop. So for conversion, you will just remove the initial value over here, the place you declared the variable. You remove while, replace it with for. You'll write x equals 2 semicolon x less than equal to 30, and the increment statement also you'll be using over here x plus 3, and here it is. The program got converted from while loop to for loop. So I hope while loop and for loop, the difference between them, all of it is very much clear to you all. Okay, so we'll keep it up till here. Tomorrow we'll do some more programs on while loop, and after the break tomorrow we'll do programs with decrement statements in the loops. That is, we'll run the loops from maybe 30 to 0, from 20 to 2, like that. Backwards we'll run the loop. So we'll keep it up till here. You are required to go through your notes, go through all of the programs we have done up till now, all of the loops, while loop, for loop, and just revise everything. And we'll be keeping it up till here today. You're required to join on time tomorrow. And thank you. You may leave now.